Yo, Muddy Waterz podcast. This your boy Shaq Sims, and I'm here right now with a special guest, man. I'm here right now with Kevin The Maverick.
What's up?
What's up, bro?
How you doing?
Good, man. How you?
Doing good.
Glad to finally have you on the show.
Yes, sir.
You know, a couple hiccups came up in between. You're a busy man.
But that's life.
Yeah, it's cool. It's no biggie though. I'm just glad to have you on the show.
Oh yeah.
So let's take the people back, man. Like, you have an extraordinary story. You know, you have a great story, but I want to take the people back to the beginning because you know, your story doesn't just start there. So where you come from?
So born and raised in Columbia, South Carolina. Went to Richard Northeast High School. From there, ROTC, excelled at that. Was gonna go in the military, decided to go to military college, was at the Citadel, and from there I transferred to College of Charleston to study psychology, and I picked up boxing in 2011 when I transferred, and from there I fell in love, and it was good. So yeah, I just, you know, every day it was something, boxing, you know, my fitness, my nutrition. I just became obsessed with it. So yeah, that's where everything began. That's where the Maverick, you know, came from.
Were you training to be like a professional boxer, or were you just training to like just as a fitness thing? You know what I mean? Because people get into stuff for different reasons.
Right. I didn't pick it up like as far as like for money. So thinking of the MGM Grand and things like that, I wasn't thinking of that. I didn't think that I would ever even get anything close to like a fan base or anything. I just love the craft. I love boxing. So as I got better, and I was like, man, I really got something. Then I took it more serious and was traveling, you know, go to Charlotte, go, you know, anywhere Midwest, something like that, wherever the coach told me, and I was down for it. So I just, once you have something good, you have a you know, a talent, a great skill, you should definitely sharpen it. So that's what I decided to do.
Were you always naturally like a good fighter though? Like, were you?
I wouldn't say I was always a good fighter. I could have been, but I never got a lot of fights. Yeah. But I've always been a great competitor. Great athlete, which I found out in high school. Like I was saying, when I picked up, when I got into ROTC and running, you know, we would have our sprints and all that, push-ups, you know, just competing. It's something that brought out that spirit in me to, you know, it's you against me type thing, which in boxing, that's what that is, you know, you against the next man, so. Yeah.
So as time is going on, you're going through college and stuff like that, like what were your goals and your aspirations? Like, what did you want to do? Or were you just kind of like going through the motions?
Okay, so I picked up psychology because, excuse me, I picked up psychology because I was interested in it. I was not going to get my PhD. I knew that off the bat. I just did it because I was interested in it. I just love psychology.
You wanted to learn, what was it? Did you want to learn about people? Did you want to learn about the I guess the subject of psychology, or did you just want to, you just was interested in all of the things encompassing it? You know what I'm saying?
It's just very, I'll say this, without, because you got people who are just very, you know, they like to play games with people, or like analyze people. Like I did like to analyze people, but that gets very, when you start bringing that into like relationships, you know, in arguments, you start breaking things down and saying, I found myself saying things like, no, this is why you're thinking like that. And you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to hear that. And your loved one or your significant other. So at first it was that. But then I dialed it back and I just, you know, focus on the education, just the know-how. And it's a very, you know, you got cognitive psychology, you know, developmental psychology, you got, you know, all different types of things. So I've just, you know, wet my beat with everything.
Did you use it as like self-help tools too?
Definitely. Knowing anything, you know, like I say, knowledge is power without being cliche about it. Once you know, then you're able to take that knowledge and like, oh, why do I do these type of things? Or, you know, it's just betterment of your life, you know, as well. So, yeah.
Because a lot of niggas, like, when they learn about psychology, some people get on Twitter and Instagram and make threads about other people, but they never analyze themselves. Like, you know, that's one thing I noticed. And I'm just like, they should have never gave you niggas the DSM-5. Cause a lot of niggas get DSM-5,
you know, it's
and they analyze other people, but they don't analyze themselves, bro.
I like how you even know about the DSM-5. A lot of people, that's not like you know, general common knowledge, but yeah, I think nowadays everybody thinks they know the next person or why that person is doing that, or you know what I'm saying. But we don't take like, you know, accountability of what we do or what we say. So everybody feels as if they're a professional at how everybody's feeling, and that's how it is these days. You know what I'm saying? I can't really try to speak much more because it'll go into a preaching session, and
for sure.
Yeah, you just gotta let things be how they are. You know, and to all those who do that, that's you know what I'm saying. That's what they do. Right, more proud to you. That's not how I move. So yeah.
So it seems like psychology played a role in your story and your journey, though. You know what I mean? Like you kind of had to, because we had a conversation prior to the interview,
right?
You know, about your recovery and stuff like that. You know, you touched on it briefly. You were like, and not to give away, you know, we're not giving away no spoilers. You know,
right.
But
there you go.
At the same time, you know, you talked about having mental toughness and like the fortitude to be like, you know what, I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to accept it. Did you learn any of that stuff? Because David Goggins, you heard of David Goggins? He talks a lot about the cookie jar. Like when you accomplish things in life and you learn stuff, you put it in the cookie jar. And when you go through a tough time, you pull from that.
Right.
You be like, you know what, I went through this, I got through this, I can get through this situation. Or I learned this. This is why this is going on. I can get through this. Did you kind of like take some of that and put it in your cookie jar?
Yeah. First I want to say David is a monster and amazing guy. And so you know, kudos to you, and very, very proud of that guy. I would say that I like that, you know what he said, but I'm more of what I do is not enough, you know. Like my recovery, okay, so this is how I was before the accident. It was, I would do something, then I'm like, dang, did I really do well? Like I would come out a fight, if even I won, and people were like, yeah, man, you really did it. Like, you know, that was good. You did that, you know. In my mind, I'm like, well, did I win? Like
this is like your mentality.
My mentality, period. Like
forever.
Did I like dominate, or you know what I'm saying? I just never settle, right?
Yeah.
So people like, I don't rest on that win, no matter what it is. Like, you know, and it always just keeps the fire under me. Like I just keep going. So translating that to my recovery, getting to that. From the hospital, people say, man, you're better than yesterday. You're doing good. And I touched on this in my speech that people will always say that, but I wouldn't take the compliment, right? Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Like, man, you're looking better. You're doing better. Looks like you're getting stronger. You know, you're walking a little bit better. You're straight. You're sitting up a little bit better. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I would never take it as I got to do more. You know, and that's what kept me to, like, maybe their bar was here. My bar is always up here. And that would never change. But I mean, that's what separates me. You know, that's why I try to get people to understand, like, don't settle. You know what I'm saying? I say complacency breeds mediocrity. You know, when that was enough. I did enough. I can sit back. The billionaires, everybody who's out here who has money, long money, it's because they don't settle. It's not, that was good. That was a good deal. Let's do something else. Be doing something else. Where can we take it? You know, grow and all that. So that's just my mentality, period. I don't quit, and I just don't get complacent. Yeah. So that's psychology. And like I said with David, you know, taking out the cookie jar and all that, I don't take out the cookie jar. Like, I'm like,
you never arrive.
Yeah, I never arrive. I just don't stop.
I like this dude.
Thank you.
I love this dude, man. Listen, because that's my mentality too. Like in life, period. Like people always say, you come a long way. You know, you've grown. You've done this. You've done that. Oh, Shaq, because I lost like 100 and some change pounds. You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, you lost weight. Why you keep losing weight? Why you want to work out? Why you want to eat healthy, bro? Listen.
Well, you don't want to settle. Right.
It's a marathon, bro. I got more years left on this earth than I lived already.
Right.
I gotta keep pushing.
That's right. That's good.
I gotta keep pushing. That's dope, bro. Like, that's dope. See, when you meet people, you don't realize how much y'all have in common until y'all have a conversation.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
I always push people to, like, listen, don't ever shrug anybody off.
Yeah.
You know, you never know, that person may have a jewel or two for you.
Yeah.
Like something that you need to hear. You know, that could be your new best friend. Like somebody like, oh wow, this, you know, you never know. And knowledge is power, and somebody may have something that you need in your life. So
Yeah,
definitely.
right. Now let's talk about the accident. What year did this accident happen?
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
What do you have any recollection of? You don't remember it or?
No. I woke up in the hospital about a month and change later. Like I was aware that I was alive, awake, like in the hospital a month and change later. But before then, I don't remember how things happened, where it happened, all that. It just, they told me, but you know, so that was that. That's where everything, June 2018.
Were you driving?
No, I was walking.
You were walking.
Hit by a truck walking, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I purposely didn't read into your story or anything like that. Like I knew, you know, you had gotten in an accident and all this stuff happened and you had a recovery and stuff because we have mutual friends.
Right.
But I didn't want to read into it. I wanted to find out everything right here with you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I like to do my interviews. So I know people like, this nigga naive. He don't know nothing. He interviewing him. No, I did this on purpose because I didn't want to know. I wanted to find out from you.
Right. I mean, you acquired enough information.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
I know you kind of stuck on that, like, wow, this guy.
Nah, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
right, I
you know,
understand.
it's crazy. Like when you found out about it, like.
I mean, when I like came
like
to.
When you came to, because when you first of all you come to in the hospital. I've never been in a coma. I've never been asleep for more than, you know,
it's just regular time,
14 hours. When you wake up, does it feel like you were just asleep? You had a night's worth of rest and you waking up, or did it feel like you were asleep for a long time?
No, it felt as if I was like a dream, like I had a night's rest. It was quick, and without going to like, you know, spiritual, you know, step into that. But it was like when I came to, I thought I had a dream. And part of it was, you say dream or whatever it was, where I was. And part of it was like I was so medically induced, you know what I'm saying, like on medication, that part of that was real.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was what. So waking up and then people talking to me and I'm responding and hearing, I'm like, okay, this is actually happening. You know, I'm fully aware of what's going on right now. And at that point, that's where I was trying to just take in everything, what I could.
And everything probably hit you.
Oh yeah.
Like a ton of brick. Did the pain and stuff hit you too?
No
pain didn't hit you.
Oh, they had me. I was drugged.
Thank God, right?
Oh yeah, man. When I came to, I had my mom beside me. I had some other doctors and some other nurses in the room, and I wanted to use the restroom, and I was like, I just want to use the restroom. The restroom's off to the left. I was like, I just want to get up and use the restroom. And it's like, Kevin, you can't. I'm like, well, why? You just can't get up and use the restroom, right? Without them, they're trying to ease me into this of what, like, nobody wants to say, listen, man, this, and this happened, that's that. You know, I wouldn't even believe it anyway. Like, I'm not there yet, totally there. So, you know, people are just trying to not cry, and I don't know what's going on at all. I'm like, why are y'all crying? What is going on? I'm trying to talk. Like, I don't even know that when I'm speaking, I had the trach. So when I was speaking, I didn't even hear myself how I was speaking. So the vision, I'm just trying to envision how everybody's like, wow, this is a messed up situation, you know. But in the way I was waking up, you know. So slowly but surely, I think I went back to sleep after that. They told me I couldn't use the restroom because I had a metal stent. I had all the wires, you know, everything feeding me, the trach. I just couldn't move, you know. So there was no way. I went back to sleep, and the next time I was aware of everything, I asked, well, when can I leave? And it's like, we're not sure.
Doctors are saying this, or your family is saying this?
Doctors.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's doctor, but I know I said that. Who else it was? Doctor. But anyways, they said that no, your stay here. We don't know. really nobody knows anything but what we know right now. Your status is what we know. We don't know what lies ahead right now. We're just trying to keep you stable. So then I'm asked, well, stable for what?
Right.
And it's, well, Kevin, you were hit by a truck.
What kind of, was this like an 18-wheeler or was it?
No, it's just like one of those duty, like those trucks that you see nowadays, like you know what I'm saying?
Truck.
Yeah, it was a Dodge. One of those trucks, yeah.
I have a,
go ahead.
Wait,
No.
Because we talking about the recovery right now. So the hospital. So you wake up in the hospital, they telling you can't leave and stuff like that. Like, what is the hardest part about this time that you're in right now? Like in the hospital, finding out that this accident happened. Like, what's the hardest part about this time?
I'm helpless.
Helpless.
And people tell me I can't. Like right now, I have no power. I have all your power is stripped from me. I have nothing but half of my conscience. Like I literally have nothing at all.
Yeah. Like
I don't know how to feel. I don't know what to feel. I'm not physically feeling anything. So like just imagine like it's just you. I'm just existing.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst like way to go through life. So at that point, I'm asking questions. I'm not even getting answers I want. There's nothing I can do but just lay there and be helpless. And that hit me, and that's when I knew that I don't know what lies ahead, but I know right now we in bad shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as time is progressing and stuff like that, when does the pain and stuff start to settle? Like when do you, because eventually like they can't keep you super dope.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They start dialing it back.
So when does the pain like the pain like really start to set in? Like?
First I became aware of my stent. So the metal stent is like it. So I got rods running down to my bones here, and that wasn't that secure, right? So it would move in my leg. The metal would move in my leg all the time, and that right there was killing me. So they had round-the-clock medicine, keep me on medicine all the time, but that right there was the worst. And they would come in, have to move me, the stent, and then the wires, the tubes would move. So I was in constant pain, and it's not like you said, they can't keep you that doped up, and then start messing with, your activity. Like one, he's aware. They want to make sure that I'm aware, like, okay, his brain, everything's good. They were worried that I wasn't going to be Kevin. So now that we see that he is, then we want to dial it back on the medicine. So I had no choice to like just be resilient with that pain, and I had so much more pain to endure. So this was just a drop in the bucket.
Really?
With everything, and they were so worried about the internal damage and everything. Like when the truck hit me, I was split open. So it was a lot. All the plumbing, everything had to be put back together. Stuff had to be taken out, improvised, shaved, and everything. It took. These people are amazing. Yeah. Like they did a lot of. It took a lot. So they were worried about that. So the other things were just listen. There's not much more we can do.
Yeah.
He's alive though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
did it almost like, cause you go through a lot of emotions when you go through stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've never been through half of what you've been through, so I won't even try to compare. But I've been through stuff and like pain, right?
Right.
I went through this eye condition where I had inflammation in my eyes. I don't know if anybody here has ever.
Yeah.
Uveitis, you've heard of that?
No, I've heard inflammation in the eyes. Like it was somebody I talked to in college.
And it hurts really bad. Like when it's undiagnosed and you're not getting it properly treated, it hurts really, really bad. So I was going through this pain, and I was like, at first I was like, okay, I'll eventually be okay. You know what I'm saying? That's my phone. I'll eventually be okay. No, it's cool.
Right.
But I was like, I'll eventually be okay. Like, I'll be fine. Like, I'll be all right. Like, I'll be good. Then as time goes on, you're like, I don't know how long I can be positive in these emotions. Like, I don't know how long. And then after a while, you start praying, like, okay, God, like, what is all this for? Like, what's the, you know what I mean? Like, you go through a lot of different emotions. Like, what were some of the emotions that you were, like, going through? Did you almost feel like, did you almost feel like ungrateful for going through that pain because you're alive now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, not wanting to go through that pain, like, oh my God, I want this pain to be over. Or did you feel like, oh, it's just collateral damage? Like, I got to go through this pain to recover because I could have been dead.
It was a mix of those things. The first phase was I couldn't accept what was going on. I just couldn't understand. I couldn't fathom all the damage. Then I didn't want to accept what was going on, right? It's like when things are so bad in your life, like you're not really, you want to clean it up, but it's so much mess, you're trying not to like even deal with it. That's what was up. Like for a good while, look in the mirror, I had scars all over my face, and I did not see them. Like I was blocking them out. Like your brain is a magnificent tool. Like I was blocking all that out. The tubes, the pain from all that. Sometimes it's just like, all right, I'm normal. And it's like you're not normal. Like you have to accept that this is where you're at, and it's gonna take some work to get somewhere. So I going through the pain, it was times I broke down. I mean literally broke down in my mom's arms, just like, and my dad. I was like, I can't go on. Like I don't see the end. Like this is if hell, this is hell. Like I don't see no end in this suffering. And that's what they say hell is, like, just endless suffering. I was like, this is it. I don't know what else to do. And at that point, nobody else can do anything for you, you know, at that stage. So the point where it shifted was, I was there, my dad was up there, they were doing shifts. You know, people still working, you know what I'm saying? Life was still going on for everybody else. Yeah. You know, so my mom believed, my dad was up there, and he was talking to me. A nurse came in, and I forgot what it was for. But anyway, I replied to her with an attitude, and you know, just being a smart ass about, you know, things, and throwing my vocabulary around, just being very pompous. And I could tell that I was like, dang man, I was being kind of an asshole. But it was just how I was feeling. I was just like, what was inside of me was just coming out, and I was treating people wrong, you know, but they were just trying to help. She left, and my dad turned TV off, and he said, Kevin, let's get this straight right now. So he was done with, he knew the type of person I was before the accident, and this was just not acceptable anymore. Like, we're going to have to call this what it is and move from it. He was like, you're in this situation. You're going to have to accept it for what it is. These people are trying to help you, right? They don't know you from a can of paint. They're trying to help you. They're doing all that they can. So the attitude and all the extra is not called for. Like, they don't need it, and just keep it to yourself. If you know, or you do need to talk, want you to step out, say whatever. But this has to stop. And where you want to take this, it's going to be up to you. But you can't continue to do this, because I'm not going to allow you. And he left, and I cried, but that was it. That was the last time I shed any tears.
Really?
And of being hurt. That was the last time. I accepted it. I accepted exactly where I was, that this behavior is not acceptable. I know what I got to do, and I'm going to do it. So, yeah, I just turned it on from there. And I'm not saying that that's what people, you do have to do that, but a lot of people don't have, like, that strength or that grit to just be like, I got this, and this is where I'm going to take it. But from there, I decided to do just that. And it didn't matter what it was. I just said, yeah, I'm ready. People came in for PT, OT. Let's do it. Let's go. And it took that. Sometimes it takes that conversation. Maybe it may take a friend. Somebody say, hey, man, you know, how you moving? And not solid or whatever. I've been noticing this. And it's good for you to take that in.
That mirror, they put that mirror in.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, wow. So I had that wow moment, and I just took it from there. And from that phase, that's where I started getting better.
And how far into your recovery was this after you had woken up? Because you were in the hospital for about a month and some change.
I stayed in the hospital for 4 months.
4 months.
And then I did an extra month in rehab. well, 2.5 weeks. So altogether, yeah, it was 5 months. Um, yeah, rehab. I just took it. They were like, "Hey, you're at the hospital. You're ready for rehab." I'm like, "Okay." Then I get to Greenville, and this is where it turns up. Like before, it was like we come in every other day to help you out. Now it's every day, like 6 o'clock, waking up, doing that. But I'm built for this. This was like where my training. I'm like, I'm gonna treat this as training,
like
boxing.
Yeah.
Right. I'm coming in the morning. We doing this. You get your braces on. Do all that. I'm like, I'm suiting up. This is what I live for. This is what I do. Like, yeah, we doing this now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready. Like, let's do it. And like, I got videos of me in the wheelchair hitting the bag and all that, which I'll share soon. But I wanted to like compare what I would do, what I'm doing now to then, and it was great. I was going through pain, but I loved it. Like, this is where I want to take this. And
that's a crazy.
Right.
Not to interrupt you. That's like a crazy thing to go through though. Like, you're rehabbing your body, getting your body used to doing normal stuff like moving your hands, hand-eye coordination, moving your legs and stuff. But you're also going through pain in the midst of that.
Definitely.
That's wild. Like, that's crazy. Like, and you know what? When I see people in rehab and stuff like that, I never thought about it like that until just now. Like, you're actually really going through two different struggles, like mentally and physically.
Yeah. Like my legs were like this. Like you could grab my leg, right?
Yeah.
Like you see the muscle there now. Yeah. But my legs were like this in the picture, and then like trying to do things, they had exercises like pushing off trampoline or things like that, and you're getting better, but it's demoralizing at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
There's probably like do 10. You was like, nah, I'm gonna do 20.
Or try to or try to, or whatever they said. Yeah. There were times I was tired, but I just did it. But at that point, there was no way I saw myself where I am right now. I did. I knew I would get there.
You had that picture in your mind?
I had it in my mind. But if you focus on those little battles that you may not win, you can't take that and take it to heart like, okay, that little battle I didn't win, so the whole thing is done, right? I had so many L's. I over the past 2 years, I've taken so many L's, but I shook them. And that was, like, in rehab, I took L's, like, bad. It was, like, stuff that I could do, and just easily. In the hospital, what really brought me down one time was I tried to spray the Axe. You spray it, the deodorant. I was so weak, I couldn't spray the Axe bottle. Right then and there, I was like, oh no, bro. Like, this is, I gotta get better. Like I'm like weak, I'm below weak. Like somebody had to spray the Axe on me, and from there it was like, that's a L. But too often we let what happens to you, those L's, let you make bigger mistakes or take bigger losses. Like, okay, you lost today, but you're gonna dwell on that and then be in the horrible mood for when that opportunity comes. You're not in the right mind, or you're not physically set, and then you take another L because you're harping on what happened yesterday. You gotta take it and shake it, and I just kept going. You just kept going, and it was just diminishing returns with that. Like, the negative forces, the negative forces that be, however you want to call it, devil, it's just like that. Well, what can I do? Yeah. This guy just keeps going, like, from the smallest L to the biggest, I just triumphant. So I understand when you was like how those people just keep going. And there were people in rehab who were worse off than I was. And they were working. So I'm just like, okay. If somebody says, you got it bad, bills not paid, whatever the case may be, there's somebody having a worse time than you are. And that's true. I mean, these people were worse off than I was. I turned my rehab around in 2.5 weeks. They were going to be there indefinitely, like, so until.
What about people who were like in a similar position to yours, or like less hurt than you were or less off than you were. What about those people? Did you see people who weren't working as hard as you were? Like people who had just kind of like given up in a sense? Did you ever see that in rehab?
No.
You didn't see that? Or
I
in rehab was kind of like working?
I was kind of focused, man. Okay. I like to socialize, right?
Yeah.
But if you know me, I'm very focused, and I'll miss like times to be nice or things like that because I'll just be so focused on what I want to do, like picking up my phone. I'll miss phone calls, miss text messages, and it's not that I don't want to talk to you. It's just that I just don't be focused on those things. Like I'm hyper focused. I really am hyper focused on what I have to do. So that's how I was in rehab. I can't tell you. I remember my instructors and the people that were over me, but I don't remember those people because I was just so focused on what's next.
Yeah.
I was focused on, okay, when lunchtime comes, I'm gonna roll myself to Chick-fil-A. They have the mall. I'm gonna roll myself to Chick-fil-A. And it took everything to roll myself to Chick-fil-A and come back. I would have to stop. I would slow down, and I'm just like, all right, but tomorrow though, I'm gonna get further before I get tired. Then I'm gonna roll back, and so I can go get it for you once. I'm gonna go do it. And it's those things that was just like, I'm focused on that. I'm not focused on who's better than me, who's doing better. And we had the machine where we were going for cardio. Joe is doing better than me today. So what? I'm focused on this, and I'm focused on what the test that I give myself every day. So I don't remember them, but it's not because I didn't like them. I was just, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just hyper focused.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was like, how long am I gonna stay? Because they have meetings every week to say, oh, you're doing this, you're doing good. They meet without you, right? They have the meeting, and they say, well, he's doing this, he's doing good, or he's lacking in this. Maybe he needs to stay another week. I said, no, I'm not, because I felt I'm striking while the iron is hot. I was like, I can't stay here too long. Like, I cannot stay still. Like, I'm gonna have to get out of here. So, that's what I was focused on, and I still, Marley, Beth. I've still got to go back to Greenville and thank them. So that's how it was at rehab.
Yeah.
But all those thoughts, it was just, I was in a different mode. I was in like fight mode. Then that was the precursor to how I was going to be getting back. And then when I left rehab, I had to come home, and that was a whole different monster there. I had to, have battles here before even getting back to the bag.
Who are you battling? Were you battling yourself? Like what?
The rug.
You were battling
the rugs. Like the wheelchair, I couldn't get.
No, when I say that, I mean like. Were
me.
You battling the condition you were in, or were you battling yourself?
Both. Yeah. Because.
What was the hardest battle?
Being independent. And I had when I got home, I still had to have my son. And I knew that was coming. Like, it's game time. I was like, this is, right now, what are you going to do? Like, people had to go to work. I had my son. I was in the wheelchair, or had to be on the couch. I had my son and do the best of my ability.
How old was your son at the time?
At that time, he was 3 months. So, about getting to a year, almost. So, I think about 8 months. So, man. I spent 5 months in hospital. So, 8 months. 8, 9 months.
So, you had all that going on. And you like, when you're at home, you had to do more rehab, right? Like, you probably weren't going to somebody every day, but were you rehabbing yourself? Like, did you, like, okay, I'm gonna do these exercises today. I'm gonna do these things today.
Not yet. When I got here, they had in-home staff that would come.
Okay.
Every other day, if not every day, and I would have to get up in the morning and do that. Whatever they asked me to do, I had to do that. I had an ileostomy. So they would, be teaching me, how to take care of that. And, I just had I had something to do every day. If it wasn't a doctor's appointment or somebody coming in to do something, and I had my son. So at that point, I knew that, okay, I was about to take another L. I was going to allow myself to take an L. Like, okay, you were doing so good in rehab. Now you're back here. And I was like, what was all that for? You know how you said, like, damn, I'm going through all this. Like, well, where am I really getting better? Like, is because you hear, and now it seems like my back's against the wall. Like, the wheelchair can't get through the house. I can't get through doorways. And at some point, my mom was like, asking my dad, like, Kevin, his name's Kevin, was Kevin too, and well, we can take the borders off, we take the door off, and so he can get through, you know. And my dad was thinking about it, or take the rug up so it'd be easier for him. And my dad was thinking about it. And then it was like a couple days later, he's like, "No, Kevin can do it. He can. It's the rug is only gonna make him stronger, so he can do it." And I took it like, dang, man. Okay, but that's what I needed.
Tough love.
But that's what I needed. He knew he knew the standard, right? So that was that. And yeah, it hurt, but like I would get stuck on the rug, and I'm just like, you know, about to break down. But it's just like, well, bro, I got to get back to the living room. I got to come in here, get these shorts or whatever, or I got to get to the bathroom. You here, you have not completed the task. Let's go. So I was battling. It was so many battles every day. There was not a time of, maybe I had labs and things like that, but they shortly ended because I knew I had to wake up and do everything again. Take care of my son.
Constantly.
And yeah, it was bad, but it made me so much stronger. Like I thought I was strong before. This, I mean, solidified and just, I don't know. I can't even put my finger on it now. Like I look at pictures and people still listen. People still talk to me and say, Kevin, like, I don't know if you're giving yourself props, but man, where you're at right now, nobody was thinking you would get back to right here. So it's still, you know, this is almost going on 3 years and it still hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were on, you posted a picture, it was a bag full of medications that they had you on prescriptions.
Yeah.
Do you remember the amount of prescriptions you were on at the height of your prescriptions? Because I'm sure a new one came. You know, doctors love to load you up. Do you remember the number, like the most prescriptions you were on at one time?
They would just, nurse would come in, they'll give me man, it was probably seven, eight, like, I'm gonna say 7, it's probably more, but I don't remember, but 7. Like at home, I had to take things constantly. Like, it was constant, I had to be taking it. And I just started eating better, like it was heart and blood pressure medicine, my bones, everything, vitamin D, I ain't been outside, and well, even here, I ain't been outside in like 7 months. So
seasons going by and everything.
Yeah, so I was taking all kind of medicine, man, and I would just, at one point, it was demoralizing. At one point, I would just pop them and go. Like, I'm not going to even look at here are the pills, Kevin. All right, take them, go, because I can't focus on that. Like, if I do focus on that every time, like, yeah, because this is where I'm at right now, but this ain't gonna be me, like, forever. It's not, and not for too much longer, because I can't take that for too much longer. That's my moniker. That's just me. Like, I feel weak doing that, having to do that, and I know that that's the way I was feeling, but I also kept it objective, and I kept it real. You might have to take this medicine for the rest of your life. There was a lot of damage done. So that stayed in my mind that, okay, yes, you want to be tough and all that, but let's be real. For your health and be here for your son at the best condition you can, you might have to take this medicine.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. And I humbled myself with that. And that was just never in my mind no more. Like, if I have to do it, I got to do it. That's that.
You just didn't. More so than anything, it seemed like you just didn't accept the condition you were in,
right.
Period.
Right.
And the pills were like a symbol of that.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
That's what it seems like.
Yes, definitely.
So, you're in the house for 7 months, no sunlight. You know, you can't go outside and stuff. You're slowly but surely getting better. When was the moment where you were able to get out of the wheelchair? Was it like a slow progression? Like, okay, I can get out of the wheelchair and do a couple steps? Or was it like, shit, I'm getting up and I ain't getting back in the wheelchair, but I'm going to struggle a little bit to to walk, and then your walking got better?
In rehab, I stood up in the bathroom, right?
In Greenville.
In Greenville, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to, but
Like,
I'm just hard headed, yeah. And I just like I felt the strength. I don't know what it was. It was something I was trying to get on the use the restroom, and I just felt more stability in my heels and like to my toes, and I was like, I can stand up real quick. But I got the braces and everything, so you know that was helping me. But I stood up, but it wasn't a full straight standing up, and I got that picture, and I had the biggest smile on my face.
Yeah.
I called the nurse. I hit the button to call the nurse to come in. She's like, yeah, Kevin, what's wrong? I said, nothing. I just need you to take a picture. I was just standing up, and she was taking the picture, and she was like, wow. But you know you're not supposed to be standing up.
I was just about to say that.
Like, I was like, I know, but I was like, but look. So man, there, but getting home, my mom, everybody wasn't playing that. Like, dude, if you fall, like, people have to travel out here, so it's gonna be bad. Like, you know, you don't know what may happen, you know, and you got Carson. So you fall, something like that, Carson needs you or anything. So I wasn't playing around with that. Like, I knew that I wasn't stable enough to stand up on my own. And that took a while. When I started getting out the wheelchair and walking was when Sean, my physical therapist, was coming in, and he would have me roll up and down well, not roll, but I would push myself, like digging my heels down, up and down the hallway. And then we gradually, you know, walking with the cane, or just, you know how you run drills in football? He would set up cones in the kitchen, and I would walk. I would just walk with a cane, things like that. And yes, it was demoralizing. But then it comes, like, I'm not perfect. Like, I'm not this machine. I am a machine, but I do have those thoughts. But I quickly know how to take those thoughts and push them to the side, right? So I was doing that, and slowly but surely, I was able to start put the wheelchair up and with the cane, you know. So there we go, we winning. So
yeah. Wow. So I know you were anxious to get back to this, right?
Oh yeah.
I know you were anxious, like ready to.
It's in the garage. I passed it all the time, having to go to doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
All of that.
Every time you came in, you looked at it. I bet. I know you did. Just like, you know, I'm coming for you.
Listen, I rolled up to the bag and hit and punched.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done that.
Yeah.
I didn't do it too much because it was like a bang and a boom, right? It was like, dang, that's where you could be. You know, it's like if you want that mansion, you know, the Maserati and all that. Yeah. And let's say you're able to like step into that life for an hour or so every day, but then you gotta come back to your life. It's exhilarating, but then it's demoralizing.
It's like, not guaranteed you're gonna be able to get to that.
Dang, yeah. So I didn't do that to myself all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Seems like throughout the whole journey you were practical, but you were also resilient. Like, you know.
Yes.
Because a lot of times people have like a mentality of like super optimism, but you were practical too.
Yes, I kept it real.
But you were going to do everything in your power,
right,
to get to where you wanted to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kept it real, and I try to, like, people I help with their fitness and training, I tell them straight up, like, it's going to take at least a year of you not slipping on your diet, like going straight. Like, it's going to take some work. It's not going to be half hustling. Like, we're going to have to do this at least a year, do this, and it's going to become a habit for you. You know, that's just being real. I think if you're a lot more realistic with yourself, you can do a whole lot more. Your vision, the things that you can think of an idea and it will manifest quickly, a lot more quickly if it's real. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you take that as building blocks, but you just got to be real about it. So I just wanted to be, very real with my goals, mm-hmm. and what was possible.
Yeah.
And just fulfill that. Yeah.
And people, when it comes to people and their goals, like, people need to be real that, bro, if I have a cheat week on my diet, then I may not ever go back to eating clean again.
Be that serious.
It's that real. Like, I'm that type of nigga. Like, it took me a while to lose if I had been super consistent on my diet,
Right.
and I would have lost weight quicker. But I wasn't. It was a journey for me. I didn't have a trainer. I didn't have meal plans. I just did it myself. I figured out what worked for me.
Right.
And I've been able to keep the weight off consistently.
There you
I haven't
go.
gained more than 5 pounds in like
Congratulations.
thank you, in like 2 years.
That's good.
So now I'm working out. Working on the 6-pack. But
Okay.
you got. I had to be real with myself. Like, hey, bro, if I don't keep doing this, the days that I set out to do this, like going to the gym, working out, running,
Hey, I got
it
you.
may never happen, dog.
Want any help? I got you.
Now
Definitely.
you heard that, right?
Oh yeah. Oh,
heard
I'm
that. Y'all heard
I'm man
that.
of my word. I don't never.
Y'all heard that, right? You know what I'm saying? Around this time next year, if I ain't motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, able
No,
to
I-
go in the gym or go in the ring and,
No, I'm telling you, man. That's good. Like keeping it real, and I try to get people to do that, and you'll be so much more happier with yourself taking those dubs, little wins home. Everybody wants to see you. I'm at where I'm at right now, and I have fans and all that because I took my wins I took those small wins, and then it culminates into, wow, look where you're at. But they don't know what I had to go through before. I took L's upon L's, and like, people like to see the finished product. That's just where we are as humans. We don't want to do the work. We don't want to like, oh, okay, I wasn't with him through his journey, but he's looking good now.
Yeah.
I'm with him now. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. It comes with that. But it takes work, and just you got to be real.
that's a fact.
So yeah.
That's definitely a fact. When you fully, I won't say fully recovered, because I'm sure there are things you still have to do to keep yourself from going back to a state of, maybe your muscles not working the way that they want work prior to or whatever. Like, is there still work you have to do to keep your body in a decent shape?
Yeah, I gotta tone it down, like in training, because I will push myself.
And you can revert back.
Right, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Like last night, I pushed myself this week very, very hard. And last night, my leg locked up on me. I was on the couch, and it was wild. And I was just like, I was beating my legs trying to get it, to unlock. It was a Charlie horse, but this is just like a Charlie horses. Like it was really, it was bad. And I was like, man, please don't tell me I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was just a Charlie horse that's real bad. But you never know, And if I sustain an injury that can't be like, man, you took a whole lot out of yourself doing this. You gotta tone it down. I don't want to get there, so I'm motivated, but I'm smart with it. I try to be smart with it.
Yeah.
And understand that, okay, you're Superman, but Superman has gotten beat. Superman gets hurt. Yeah. It takes a lot, but he gets hurt. So
he get tired.
Right, he gets hurt. Doomsday killed him. So I understand that.
Yeah.
Right, and I gotta be here for my son. All this is great, right? The story and all that. At the end of the day, I have to take care of myself and my son. So I just keep that in my mind.
Yeah. Would you say, because David Goggins says this a lot, and I wonder if you have the same mentality when it comes to like physical. He says he doesn't run every day and work out every day for physical strength. He does it for mental strength. Do you do the things that you do for mental strength?
Yeah, definitely.
It's not really about the physical. For
in the beginning of running, it's not mental, right? You're running. Where it becomes mental, especially with boxing, while I like boxing, it becomes mental when you start getting that lung burn, where it's like, all right, I'm not stopping. I'm gonna keep going.
4 rounds.
Then it gets mental. Like, what are you gonna do? Then you keep going. So yeah, doing that, pushing yourself past that wall is what builds that fortitude, builds that mentality of what David is talking about. Like, I'll just do it just to test myself, to see how far I can push myself. Like on the bag, you hit round 8, 9, or if you really conditioned like Mayweather, 12 rounds is nothing to you, But in training, he goes more than 12 rounds. He pushes until lung burn, like, I can't go, my arms are heavy. And that's where that mental comes from. Yes, physically, objectively, you're just going to build up that you're going to build up your wind and your muscle. Your muscle fatigue is going to be less. But mentally, he knows that I can outlast you, and that gives you confidence. So I understand what David is saying. Like, I'll just do it just to keep my mental sharp.
Cause you will get like, I noticed like I've been jogging, a lot as of recent, the last couple months, and I noticed like that first mile you get a little winded, but if you keep going, you'll get a second wind.
There you go.
You always get a second wind. It's just about pushing
and
through
I ask you,
that fatigue.
Do you think that's not all physical? That's partly mental.
You think so?
I know it.
You know what it is? I usually get the second wind when I take my mind off of the fatigue. When I just be like,
okay, think about it. What is second wind?
Get that second.
What happens within
your lungs get better.
How?
I don't know. It's
crazy, it's not. It's just, I'm just saying objectively, second wind. Yeah, that's that. I'm focused.
Yeah.
And you're going. You're losing energy. You're not gaining energy back.
No, yeah.
You're not gaining energy back.
Yeah.
So that second wind is, bam, I'm getting it. Like when people are working, and you do those double shifts back to back, and you just keep going like, oh, I'm tired. Then you just like, I don't know where my second wind, but I'm gonna clock back in. I'm gonna do that. That energy is leaving. You're not getting more sleep. You're getting less sleep. You're spending more energy, but mentally, you're focused. You're on point. That's where the second wind comes from. You ignore the things that don't matter.
Yeah. Subconscious. Because when I focus on, when I'm like, where's the second wind? Where is it? Because later in the week, my miles get a little slower. But then as, I take a rest day and then my miles get, quicker. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, where's the second wind? Where is it? Come on. Then I'll just be like, well, fuck it. And then it'll come. Like, once I take my mind off it, it's like, oh, shit. Now I can.
Your mind, body, and spirit works, cohesively. Like, they all work off one another.
Yeah.
So, physically, you get better. You sharpen your physical. Builds your confidence, right? Because if you're running 1 mile, keep running 1 mile, now you can run 2 miles. Now, the beginning of that 1 mile, you're like, oh, I got this. Mentally, you're more confident. Then you have that confidence, you can do more. So physically, the physical helps the mental, the mental helps the physical. And then, whatever you believe spiritual, that on top of that ties all that together. Just your belief in keeping you straight.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This man's spitting jewels. When you gonna write a book, man? When is the book coming? Are you working on it?
Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. It is coming. I got other things on my plate, but I don't want to rush it. But it's something that everybody's asking for, and it will be coming in due time. So you just gotta. It's gonna be good.
I hate to be one of your trainees, man. If you was training me, like I would hate you, bro.
Man, listen.
I would hate you because I know you probably be like, nigga, no. Do you know what the fuck I went through?
No.
Keep pushing.
I don't.
Pushing.
Listen.
Keep pushing.
I don't allow people to quit on themselves. But
yeah. I would hate you, bro.
But it's like, because when you just like, because I know that once you hit that, like, let's say I told you to do 4 rounds. You do 3 rounds and you're like, and stuff like that. That's not it. You're not at the brick wall, you're almost there. I want you to hit the brick wall. Then that's when you start training. Like,
burn them out.
Once you don't have nothing left, then we're putting money in the bank. And people don't understand that, and I'm not gonna tell them that, but I want you to be done. Like completed, like depleted. I'm done. I can't go no more. All right. Now those extra 2 rounds that we did, those extra reps, they may be 3 extra reps or 2 extra rounds. That's where the money comes from. Everything before was, you do that in the beginning. Oh, I do a mile. You're not getting any better by doing that. Where we make our money is after. Is when you don't have anything left. That's where we progress.
It's the profit.
So yeah, I don't do all the yelling and things like that. It's just mental. I don't have to. Yeah. And it's not that in boxing, like fighting, you hear all that like when your coach is yelling, you know what I'm saying? But they're doing that to yell over the audience and stuff. But in training, unless you're just being hard-headed, you're not listening, you yell at you, but It's a chess game. So
And the coach is gonna tell you one
Right,
time.
right.
Like I go to battle boxing gym,
oh, okay.
so they, you know,
Kevin,
Kevin, yeah.
you know Kevin Brown.
Kevin
yeah.
tell
Good
you
guy.
one time.
Yeah, shout out
Kevin's
to
a
Kevin.
good
Yeah,
dude,
great
man.
dude.
Kevin got
Great
me.
story too.
Yeah, man,
Great
his
story.
story is great,
Great
man.
story,
I gotta
too.
have him on the podcast. Too.
Definitely, he's a good guy.
Yeah, you know, he's one of those dudes that's gonna tell you one time.
Yeah.
And he'll test you.
Yep.
He'll be like, he wants to see if you actually want it.
Right.
Then he'll keep working with you. Like,
There you
you
go.
know what? If you actually want it, then I'll work with you. If you don't, you can keep coming paying your money every month. That's cool. Just do what you want to do. It's up
Go
to
through
you.
the motions, right?
Go through the motions.
Mhm.
So yeah, for sure. You know, and boxing is a tough thing to do, like tough training. Like those y'all dudes are in crazy shape. Cause coach would have me, he'd be come in, be like, all right, 20 minutes on the bike, 100 sit-ups, and you gonna hit the bag for 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Like shit. 10 rounds.
You gotta get to that. I don't say when I train people, I don't tell them everything that they're doing.
Yeah.
Because mentally you'll be done, right? I lost you. I've lost you right then and there, and we haven't even gotten 5 minutes to the workout.
But see, I like to be killed when I go to the gym.
Yeah.
I like to be obliterated. Kill me.
Yeah.
Cause I know I'm working.
Right.
If I'm not, that's the whole purpose of.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole.
I like
point.
that. Yeah.
I like to be killed. Kill me, coach.
Yeah.
Tire me out.
Yeah.
But
the book, it's coming.
what's it gonna be called?
Not sure yet.
You not sure?
Not sure
You
yet.
got an
I
idea.
got something, but
You got
I'm
something?
not putting it out there yet.
You're not putting it out there yet.
Yeah.
Man, I want to read the book. I want to read the book, and I want people to learn from your story.
Definitely,
man.
and people will.
I want people to learn.
Right.
I want people to learn. More than anything, I want people to be motivated to get themselves out of whatever situation that they're in. Because a lot of things we go through in life are lessons and blessings, seasons and reasons.
There you go.
But a lot of people don't look at it like that.
Yeah. And I got this. Well, this quote is: "He who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right." And that means what you believe you can do, most likely you can't do. In reason, right? You're not gonna wake up and be like, I'm gonna be a billionaire tomorrow. More than likely, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? But it can happen.
Yeah.
You just plan it out. But if you say you can't do it, you definitely won't do it. Because you won't even you won't come up with the idea to do it. You won't start talking to people to do it. You won't gather the team to back you to, all right, I'm gonna do this, I need y'all to do that. Then slowly you'll start getting there. Maybe you won't reach that billion in this year, but you can get there.
Yeah.
So, it's all about that mental. I'm more mental than I am physical. And that's what I want people to get out of that book. It's a mental and spiritual journey. For me, it's a mental and spiritual journey.
Same, dog.
Yeah, you can always get the physical, unless something bad happens to you physically, but you can always get the physical. But that mental and spiritual you gotta take care of them.
The biggest.
Right.
The biggest. So I feel like everything else will fall in order.
It does.
Fall in line. You go through things in life, like I've gone through most of my lessons and things that have built me mentally didn't really come from physical. And everybody's is different. You know what I'm saying? None of us are better. None of us are, above going through anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my lesson.
Everybody's touchable.
Yeah, everybody's touchable. So what I went through and what you went through were two different things.
Right.
But they all kind of brought us to the same type of mentality.
Right.
In life. And I think that's what all of those things are for. Like the things we go through. Some people go through them and they just do whatever, but it's meant to teach you something.
I think nowadays how people want to portray themselves, especially on social media and all, like they got everything, they're buttoned up, they got everything in check.
Yeah.
They got everything figured out, and they don't. But I guess the best thing, the cool thing to do now is to act as if you do, or act as if you're rich or you're getting money and you're really not. You really haven't even devised a plan to do that or get anywhere. So I want people to understand that you're going to go through things in life. You're going to take some losses, but it's what you do with that is where the money is made. Like metaphorically and, where the money is made. So the best business, like I look up to Marcus Lemonis, like Mark Cuban, like those guys, like Mark Cuban started off in college going door to door, like the different sororities and stuff doing that. like cold calling. Where you call in, he's like, hey, get this, and you sell, buy this, buy that. He was doing that, just standing there talking to you, right? He said he started from there, so he's had
Mark
people.
Cuban?
Yes.
Damn.
So he started from there, and the guy
helicopters and shit, man.
Right. So listen, what I'm saying is that where you start is part of the like it's supposed to look like that.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to look like I'm lit or everything is good, everything, is divine, like, and it's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to be a story. You're supposed to be able to look back or tell your kids, oh, this is what happened, this is what I did. So that when they're going through those things, you're like, okay, it's happening.
Yeah.
But let me tell you. But you gotta you put that but. There's a but in there. You're gonna go through some that sleepless nights. I got this nice car. Yeah, I got it. I can go and not spend this money. But let me tell you how I got it. That's why I want the book to. It's okay. Once you understand that it's okay. Don't accept them.
Yeah.
Don't be a loser. Not saying that. I'm saying, but you can't accept those losses, and you can don't accept them and become better. That's what the whole basis of the book is gonna be. So
I'm reading.
Yeah.
And see, when it comes to motivational speakers and niggas on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube motivation, I don't listen to none of y'all because y'all haven't been through nothing. At least y'all not showing us that y'all have.
I won't say. Look,
show it. No, I want to see it though.
So wait. Let's not say that.
Like they're not showing it.
Right.
I feel like that's the story, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to like. I go on Instagram and a lot of people try to give advice, right? But they'll delete all their old pictures from like 2018, 2017. No, bro. I want to see the old stuff. Like when you were fat as hell.
Or something. I was just talking about this to my team that
like show me.
Rappers, a lot of rappers do that.
Yeah, why? Show the story. So then when you rap about stuff, I don't believe you. Right. I don't, show me the story. Like with Jay-Z, we see he was in Marcy Projects. Like we see where he come from. David Goggins, we see you being a fat obese
Future.
And
he, people used to clown him about he was staying at his mom's house, like when he was dropping mixtapes and stuff like that. He broke. He said, like, and he's always talking about where he started and where he's at right now. Like that, people are successful like that. Those people you should look after, like, yes, because and it even sounds better when you have a story.
Yeah.
Right. You didn't just inherit some money, or just had a boring like, okay, you're an American, average American. You did that, went to college, got a job, retired. All right, you got some money to sit on until you die. You good. You have a story. So, people don't want to be seen in a light where they weren't doing so well. But we all know we go through those things.
Yeah, like I always post TBTs when I was almost 300 pounds. Oh, I just did that this Thursday. People laughed and whatever. I love it because it's like, bro, if I don't eat clean or I don't do right, bro, I can go back to this, bro. I bought all these new clothes. I threw all my old clothes away. So you know what's going to happen if I gain weight? I'm going to have to buy all new clothes again.
Hey, that's something that...
The girl that likes me because of the way I look now is probably not going to like me because of if I gain another 100 pounds.
Look.
Just saying.
I got fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they didn't see me when I was bad. You wouldn't give me a time of the day. Because even though I see this and everything is going well, everything is lovely.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But they don't see it. Like, oh, Kevin's gonna be that. He's looking good. They didn't see that. So, like you said, if you go back to that, she likes you. She fell in love with this person and that right there. I don't ever want to have to go through something like that again. It happened. I won, but I don't ever want to have to go through something like that, or somebody else go through something like that. Maybe gang violence or something happened. Being careless, because people will leave your side. People will, like, nowadays, social media, people will push you to the side, they took a L. I was written off. He wanted to box, that's it. His life's done. He's done. He probably will never get back to a peak physical shape. That's that. So I know people wrote me off. But it's because that's not the favorable thing. Like, people like to see winners and things like that. They don't like to hear all the bad stuff and all that stuff. It's just boring for them. For some people, a lot of people do like to hear it. But that's just where it shifted. It used to be the American dream where I started off humble and I got here. You know what I'm saying? It used to be like that. Now it's not like that. It's just quick. So.
I think you was born with $100,000 and you turned that into $1 million. That's what everybody wants. Like they want you to be born with $100,000 or $2 million, and then you turn that into $100 million.
Yeah,
that's just how it is. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to see the ugly part,
right?
But man, I can sit here and talk to this man all day just about the topics that we talked about, man. Motivation, aspirations, growing as human beings. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just becoming better us's than we were yesterday.
Yeah, better people than. Definitely, like don't ever settle. Like I say, complacency breeds mediocrity. Just I even do this. It's funny. I want people to take this. You leave cap off the toothpaste, or you do something you don't something around the house that's minute, right? You don't pick the napkin up like I'll get it when I come back in. Something like that. We all do it. You know what I start telling myself? Don't be trifling. Go pick it up. Go get those clothes out the dryer. It's a small thing, but it keeps you on your toes, like to just get it done. It's just get it done.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it will make all the difference.
And that talk, like, those little things you have with yourself.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, all right, just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. Those little small things.
Yeah.
Yeah, little small wins. I'm telling you, man. It's funny, like you laugh about it, but those little things will keep you in tune with yourself. Yeah.
Facts. And it's that being 100% real with yourself.
Right.
Because a lot of people be like, I remember, and not to talk too much about David Goggins, man, but I swear
he's a great guy. He's
like y'all, like in that the words you say and the things that you talk about is on the level of importance to me as it is with David Goggins.
I hope to meet him.
I swear to God, bro, like y'all remind me so much of each other, and that's not to compare you to him.
No.
Everybody's story is different, but. Right. Just the level of game that you have, like, is on the level of his, bro. And I literally watch all his videos, like anything David Goggins related, I watch. But he talked about like people being obese, right? And he was like, and he said he had to do this to himself because David Goggins was a really big guy.
He was,
and he was like, I could have been like, oh, I just got a little happy weight, or I just got some baby fat. No, he was like, no, motherfucker, you're obese, you're fat as fuck, and you're a slob, and you need to get on your shit.
Well, talking to yourself,
he had to have not saying you gotta demean yourself,
right.
But just be like, no, I'm fat. Right. Like when I was a kid growing up, I remember like talking to my stepmom, and my stepmom's sweet lady, like she wanted nothing but the best for me. But I used to always ask her, am I fat? She was like, no, you're not fat. And so that always played in my mind. The older I got, like, no, I'm not fat. I'm not fat. So when people would call me fat, I'm like, I'm not fat. But then when I got older, I had to know you're fat.
When
bro.
health reasons, yeah.
Like
blood pressure and all that.
I'm 20 with high blood pressure.
There you go.
I go to Zara in New York. You know Zara, the clothing store.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Went to Zara. I couldn't fit anything in the store, bro.
Really?
Nothing in the store, bro. Nothing. The biggest. Jacket, pair of pants, nothing, bro. And I was like, yeah, this ain't it.
Hey,
this ain't it.
A lot of your happiness comes from like wherever you're. If you're bigger, plus size, and you're healthy, that's perfectly fine. As long as wherever you want to be, skinny, you want to be a twig. And everything, all your organs are good, like everything's running, everything. Okay, be that.
And that was me until
you was good with yourself until it started. Yeah,
sleep apnea,
stuff like that.
High blood pressure,
right.
Heart palpitations.
Yeah,
I'm just like, can I get a
break? Because man, there are big boxers.
Yeah,
people like
for sure.
But listen, they healthy.
I wish I.
There are people that they super healthy. Yeah. So.
Everything just in sync with each other. Me, it's like the more weight I got, the more problems I had.
Right. It's because what you were eating.
Yeah. And just the weight, it just wasn't good on me. Like, just my stature, bro. I always had little legs, so I always knew I wasn't supposed to be a big nigga. Like, I just knew it, bro. I was top heavy.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like little. I'm big with little legs and shit. Like, it's just like, fuck. But yeah, man.
It's like, how was it supposed to be?
I wasn't supposed to be big.
This ain't what it looked like.
Nah, but I had to have those real talks with myself, man, and that's the most important thing. The talks you have with yourself, that's where it starts at.
It definitely.
Because everybody around you is gonna try to coddle you, like, oh no, it's okay, man, you good, man, it's cool.
Right.
But no.
Like,
if you're not happy with it,
my mom did, like, my baby back. She's always gone, so she's happy to have me. Like, whatever it was, I was just like, I'm doing this today. She probably just accepted it, but I was pushing myself, But yeah, I understand. Like, coddling, you'll have that.
She meant well though.
She meant well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she got her she got her son back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You in any condition.
Any condition is
not being here.
Right. So but I understand about people coddling you and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you definitely gotta get those out of your circle.
For sure.
Yeah.
Tell the people, man, where they can find you, bro. Like if they for speaking engagements, training purposes, motivation, whatever, man.
So I'm on Facebook and Instagram as @Kevin the Maverick. Kevin the Maverick, KevinTheMaverick, Kevin the Maverick. And on Instagram, it's the same thing. So I'll be getting on Twitter and all that. I'll be out there. But Facebook and Instagram is where I'm at right now. And I'm very active on Facebook, so you hit me up on there. Ask me any questions. Just if you're just a fan, just want to see how the story unfolds. So definitely go on there and follow me.
Yeah, follow him, man, and just stay tuned for his story development because it's not over.
Oh, it's not over.
It's not over, man. This dude gonna be a best-selling author. He gonna have.
Man, it's good. I got a great team. And
yeah.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Great team.
Yeah.
We taking things slow.
Definitely got a great team.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like creative directors. They like.
Oh yeah. They good. They on point.
Bruh.
They on point.
They do everything.
They on point.
Well, yeah, man. Thanks again for coming
Team
on
Maverick
the show.
right there. Yeah, bro.
For sure.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it. I learned a lot about you today, bro. And you gave me some motivation. I might go home and do like 100 push-ups.
There you go,
I
bro.
swear to God.
Hey,
I swear to God, I'm no cap. Like
I post just for that. I want somebody to look at the picture and be like, you know what? Let me get on my shit. You can go up here and do some pull-ups.
Yeah.
Let me do some sit-ups, stuff like that. Do it.
Yeah.
Like if that's what I want you to do it. I love it. Like I just took a woman on, old lady. She said, all right, I'll be over here at 8 o'clock. I said, 8? I'm getting happy. I'm like, that's what I like. I like that. Like you take initiative, you motivated. She said, all right, I'll be back over here Wednesday at 12. Like early. She want to get it done. Like it. That's the way you gotta tackle things. So yeah. Whatever my post, I hope that I'm hitting somebody. If it's one person that just like, let me go do this. Whatever it is in your life. Let me go write this paper. You in college. Let me go. You know what? The manager just asked me if I could work a shift. I'm about to work the shift. I need some extra money because I'm trying to put out this whatever it is for your business. You know what I'm saying? Do it. So
you hit me in my chest, bro. This whole interview, a lot of stuff you was saying was just knocking the wind out of me. Like, my shit.
There you go.
You
good.
know I'm already, because it's still sharp and still, baby. You never know. You can just keep, don't ever think you got it all figured out.
Right.
Nah. Yeah. And that's why I do this show.
Thank you.
To just keep me motivated.
Good.
I love it. I enjoy it. I love getting people's stories out there to the world, but also it's for me too.
Right.
Definitely.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
The pleasure's all mine.
Yes, sir.
Follow him.
Yep.
Follow him. If you want some training to get on your shit, he's definitely the guy to go to.
Definitely.
You might see me. He might be my new trainer.
There you go.
What I mean? Be knocking these fucking media niggas the fuck out. You know what I mean?
You causing smoke, man. Look, I'm not training you to beef with nobody. So
knocking you media niggas the fuck out.
Yeah, people like to set up fights and all that
for
type
sure.
of stuff. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was good. I definitely enjoyed it, man.
Thank you, man.
Good, yeah.
Muddy Waterz, we out.